I'm going to bring my microphone up.
So wait a minute. Are we broadcasting both?
Yes, we have a crossover cable.
Yeah, but we have both sheets on one.
Oh, no. I just had YouTube up over here. So we always want to watch through vMix here. Otherwise, we will either sound like idiots or geniuses based on the time delays.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Glass has been brought to me. I'm cracking my first beverage of the day, John.
First beverage?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I wasn't sure if I was still going to be called upon. I am the alternate on the...
Yeah, but I just played, and I'm probably on 8.
That's true. Yes, but I mean, like you've built that up over time and dedication.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our, I think, D and B event finals here at Plainfield Curling Club at our 2023 end of the season Bonsqueal, coordinated by Bev Wiedemann, who's done a wonderful job. Joining me, Bev's husband, ice maker extraordinaire. The guy built a smoker for us out of an oil drum. It looks fantastic. It held like a 250-pound pig. John's also built, he converted a giant metal truss into our spray painting machine for the ice when we put the ice in September. John, there's probably like 3 other engineering feats that you've pulled off at this club.
I need you as a publicity agent.
Hello, and again, I am John Gephardt. This is John Wiedemann. So we are casting over top of both sheets for anyone listening. And like I said, we have I think our B event final is over here on sheet 1. And our D event final is over here on sheet 2.
And do we know who's playing on each sheet? We
do.
Mooney?
I know it's Mooney and Green.
And Mooney and Green?
No, that's wrong. Mooney and, is that Serritella?
Serritella.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Veltre and Green on sheet 2.
Veltre and who?
Veltre and Green on sheet 2. They're out of Philadelphia.
Okay.
Good bunch of guys.
Okay. All right.
These are 8N games. We here at the Bonsqueal, we are a tiny little 2-sheet club with over 200 members. But we are known for, I want to say, was it 29th, 27th annual? One of those that Bev announced.
Oh, I don't remember.
It doesn't matter, but
I don't pay attention
at least
to my
a
wife.
high number in the 20s annual end-of-the-season tournament where we invite 32 teams, which is kind of unheard of for a 2-sheet club.
For a 2-sheet club, we're a little crazy.
So what do? We start the games at 8 in the morning. They go throughout the day. They're limited to only 6 ends. They are timed. And the draws go as late as 10:30 at night. Some people made it to Sunday just because they were probably still on the ice at
Yep.
12:30 last night.
We're getting 3 Sunday games in. One that ended at 12:20 last night.
Oh my gosh.
One that started this morning at whatever time we just got off the ice from. And,
Okay.
And we got one more coming up at 3:15.
Nice. These our finals here are untimed games, and they are also 8 ends. So standard curling for anyone watching.
Looks like this is sheet 2 I'm looking at, right? Yeah, looks like sheet 2 already hung one on yellow. Yellow took one in the first end.
So it looks like green is up
Yep.
after one and by one on sheet 2.
Carl Lohner delivers the stone. Let's see what she's doing.
John, can you see the angle on this? Does it hurt your vision if I move it like
Nope,
to here?
nope. You're good.
I'm trying to bring it down a little bit. It should come. I think it's on an arm. Is that any better for you and me?
It's fine for me.
Cool.
Oh.
Is that still good?
No. It's
Awesome. Oh wow, yeah.
sitting on a pin.
Yeah, a terrific draw from Carl there on sheet 2. Well, terrific for now, but
Yeah.
definitely behind cover.
It is
You got to
fun-
be really happy with
Yeah,
that.
you can't fault that one. That's
Classic
behind
call
cover.
here from Yellow on sheet 2 is to let's just come down and freeze to it. We're trying to steal. We'll make a million tiny little 3-inch bumps later.
Yep.
Over on sheet 1.
Foxy just sent the stone off on sheet 1.
Wait to see what
Looking-
color we got here. on
looking
each
a
of
little-
these. Nice hit from
Nice
Foxy.
hit. Yep. Well, they're sweeping the hell out of it. Let's see what happens. 3 people sweeping on sheet 2. Oh, and a fall.
We got a slip,
on
but
sheet
no
2.
burn. And the important thing is that the sweeper is fine.
And it's
Equally important, not a burn stone.
Sitting half in the top 12. I'm sure a little short of where they were looking for, and
Yep.
that is going to be a takeout call from Veltri.
The risk here is the jam. There's a good bit of distance. I like the call. It's still early in the end. You don't want to give Yellow a chance to tap that out.
Yeah, but he's coming from the outside, and that's moving enough there, I think.
I think the big risk here that is people don't always consider is you really don't want to move either of those guards.
No.
If you're Veltri, you don't want to lose that center guard. So, bit of a high precision shot. As routine as it looks, I mean, you really have to cross the face on this one.
On this ice these days, I think all you need is control, though, to take that, to come across that, sit and even roll undercover, and sit top 12 undercover, right? Oh, but they did not.
It's over the top,
And
though. It's over the top.
It is.
Oh, just safe enough.
Woo.
Wipe the brow.
Yeah.
Crisis averted.
Yep.
Yellow's going to take a stab at the same thing. They're probably going to try to draw down to it on sheet 2. Bob Fox is setting up Foxy on sheet 1 with his second rock. I think Foxy is playing second for that team.
Looks a little light, I think, right?
I think Mooney is he's looking to steal, so the last thing he wants would be to have a deep rock here. I think I'd be happy with a biter would be ideal, but a 2-3 guard would be fine. They're going to get a lot more than that.
Yeah, that is.
And he might start thinking about taking this through. If I know Mark, maybe he's going to be on it. No, he's going to let the other skip do it for him. That's the right decision. Mark read that the weight of that stone correctly, and it's going to hang out on the back.
And on sheet 2, it's coming down. It's top 4. Not.
Nice rock. I think if you're Yellow, you wish you had a little bit more angle on that.
Absolutely.
And Ed's going to go ahead and attack that again.
Yeah, it's going to. And truthfully, he can probably get the roll on this and get under without too much difficulty.
He'd be just as happy spilling.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that's not true. He does need points. It is his hammer. He'd love the roll. We're at sheet 1. Yellow is going to try to do the same thing. They're going to try to draw behind the 2 guards on the right side here.
And here comes Mark Zempel with the stone on sheet 2.
I heard back line hack yelled. Uh-oh. I'm hearing calls for hoping that it moves. Are we going to see a jam? This might be one of those rocks you make sure you take by.
Yep.
No kiss, no kiss, no kiss. Oh, not a good kiss. I really want to bring those by.
Mark Moosey is calling for a draw behind.
Mark
Mooney.
Moosey. I love it. No, we're sticking with Mark Moosey from here on out because of the hat.
Yeah.
Was that a true accident, John, or was that a...
No, that was planned.
Okay, that was really good. I enjoyed it. I'm supposed to always have my commentators back. I should have just complimented you and left it there.
It's all good. All right.
Sheet 1, Team Mooney is trying to draw under cover here. This isn't going to quite bury. It's also a little hot. But it should sit back full 8.
Yeah. No, back 12.
Oh, okay.
Great
counter
passed
sweep.
out to the end.
Really nice
Look
counter
at that.
sweep. Sit in second shot.
And what's going on here on sheet 1? Or sheet 2?
Little light.
Little light. Yeah. Top
But
12.
It puts the O in a terrific position on sheet 2.
It does.
I mean, you're pretty much forcing the other skip to clear these rocks, or just agree to only one.
I know he looks like he's trying to come down and put a guard up.
So I think maybe Velcher's thinking here is I'll protect my 1, and maybe with his last rock he could go ahead and
there is a lot
throw
of
into that pile.
stuff on the ice
There
today.
is. Kind of a mix of end of the season ice, a lot of foot traffic, a lot of different players.
Yeah.
Just with this amount of teams. And then you also get people for our annual Bonsqueal here that probably had their gear in a closet for several years.
I don't believe Foxy played all season. Or Sarah Joe.
No.
So here comes John DeYoung with the stone on sheet 2. Let's see what we're doing.
Speaking of people that hadn't played, Jessie Tinsel was able to get back on the ice
I saw
after having
that.
a baby, I think 4 months ago. And I was told that was her first, maybe second game of the whole year. Every time I looked over, she was throwing perfect guards. I think she threw an entire game of great, really nice rocks from a lead.
Yeah, great.
I'm lucky in my first 3 games if I can hit the house at all or keep a rock and play at all.
Oh,
not
stop.
Fall over.
That is not true.
Oh, totally true.
You are such a liar on
John,
this stuff.
I've got a 4-page document of all the reminders I have to start each season. Do this, don't do that. Here's what I learned in 2017,
Okay.
etc.
And I have a no-page document. That is why you are trouncing me on Monday nights.
I'm going to sing your praise, though, John. You've really had a terrific season.
I played
Especially
well
with
this
your
year.
vice calls, your vice rocks. I've seen you throw a lot of great draws. A lot of really nice hits and doubles and stuff, too. Clutch rocks. I'll say you made a lot of clutch rocks this year.
Hits were my thing for a long time,
Mhm.
and now I'm working on my draws, and I'm getting them pretty good. So I can't complain. This season was good to me.
I'm glad to hear it. So sheet 2 action. Yo is setting up its gun pointed at that red stone, and I mean,
It's not quite loaded, but it's pretty close.
I'm pretty happy with it if I'm yellow,
Yeah.
because you're likely to only hit the exposed part
Yep.
of that yellow in
Exactly.
the 12-foot,
Mhm.
and that's just going to line you up a little better on that red.
So it looks like Ed's trying to clear that guard,
Oh, interesting.
or at least tap it back, which is, if he taps it back, that might not be a bad thing.
I don't know if I would move this rock. I think I would be more inclined to maybe protect against that gun. Yeah, I mean, if you move this rock, you set yellow up for a hero shot where suddenly they're sitting for.
I mean, I'm a conservative thinker on this too, and I probably would guard it, but,
No, it's April Ice.
oh no, they're coming around to the red. What is it? What was the plan
I
there?
don't feel like that was probably the call. I'm thinking maybe it was the tap. Maybe it was a come around. We're gonna see some action.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's see
I
what
am a
happens
huge
in
fan
this.
of if you line a loaded gun up, let's hit it before the opponent accidentally screws it up.
Yep.
And breaks
Absolutely.
the line on it. So Yellow is of the same philosophy. Yellow of course could try to throw a backline weight shot and hit their yellow on the button and move red just enough. But no, I like this call.
What kind of weight would you be throwing at that? Because that's a lot of ice. Isn't it? On this ice today?
Yeah, I mean, Yellow's not too upset if they lose that center guard, right? So if they do miss it but clear the center guard, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, that's
I would
true.
throw at least backline weight,
At least backline, yeah.
to which you might as well round up to half just to be safe. Because you want to try to knock that red all the way out of the house if you can.
Yeah.
if you're going to be really aggressive and
Yeah.
greedy. They only need to move it outside of the 4 foot if this shot is on line, because then they would be sitting 2 on the button.
Oh, what is
essentially.
this? That is
Oh, they might get
not
the other
the
shot they wanted.
That is.
All right.
That,
Weight was good.
yeah.
Had to guess on the line. No harm done. But they nearly got their plan B there.
Yeah.
I think, Ed is, of course, concerned that they might throw that again, which they will. And here's the guard I thought we were going to see with the last red rock.
Yep.
But they are protecting the loaded side now, which I like.
Oh, and they're throwing a little heavy on Foxy's. Oh, I'm sorry. Foxy's defensive sweeping now.
So sheet 1, it looks like red is sitting 1 behind cover, but they are behind tee. Mark's going to try to put a second one in there. I attributed this quote to Joe Angeli, but Joe Angeli attributes it to Mark Mooney of sometimes the best guard is another one deeply buried in the house.
Right.
When you make the other skip sweat, it's almost just as valuable as a guard. I've also played with other folks. I got a chance to play with Matt Pring a couple years ago at a Bonsqueal at Broomstones. And one of Matt's philosophies, he may have changed it since then, was just biters as a guard. So he'll start out with his leads and just go biters all day. I think the philosophy there is if you nose a biter, you're going to leave a guard. So your opponent won't be in the house, but the rock's also in the way. And it also very early tests the other skip. You know, do I trust my front end on hits? Do I trust the ice that I don't know yet?
Absolutely.
So I'm a fan of the aggressive play. Especially in the first or second end, like, why not go for big points?
Well, that was a beautiful
before
guard.
anyone knows what the ice is currently doing.
Yep.
So Mark's rock here, on sheet 1. It's not bad. It's actually pretty great.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's not good from the sense that if you nose it, yellow's going to be shot. So they didn't want that to go behind tee. It is sitting open. But again, it's early game. This is only the second end, so I mean, this hammer is only the 4th rock that yellow was thrown.
So were you just subbing in on this in this one,
was
or were you the 5th on somebody's team?
I was the
or?
official alternate on Veltray, so we were picked 4th on the wait list.
Oh.
I got waitlisted on the Thrifty and on this one this year.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It happens. I personally think that the lottery is a much fairer system that we moved to in recent years, so I applaud it. In years past, we would set it up that you would have to send in an email with a certain timestamp, or maybe an email and you'd have to PayPal would be the only way to register. Then we moved to Porkade, that it's online, but again, like right at noon, all of a sudden 4 teams would be registered by 12:03. So what we've been doing in Plainfield for a lot of our spiels, I think all the spiels maybe, is to give a good 24 or 48-hour sign-up window. See who's interested, see what kind of team numbers we get, and do a very fair lottery drawing from there.
So this is a shout out for the team we played last night.
Okay.
They were saying, I think it was a nutmeg team, and I might be wrong about that, but they were saying that their golden handle has gone downhill in attendance.
Oh.
And they're starting to come back up again, but they are still undersubscribed for most of the time. So if you're around January, Golden Handle's the place to
there you
go
go.
because they have openings.
That makes a fun club. I enjoy playing up there. Yeah. So yellow with the hammer there was trying to, I think, just come down to the nose of that red. Not quite, but I think the end result of that was what? They only gave up 1?
2, it looked like.
Did they give up 2? Oh, it's an unhappy result.
I can't guarantee until I see the board because they kicked them away faster than I was looking. But
looking down at my salad.
Yep. I was looking down at my beer.
Yeah.
Same thing,
Yeah. I mean,
all the hops makes beer
by
salad.
By the time the digestive, enzymes get to it, it's very murky. Over on sheet 2, it looks like we had a...
looks like red took one on sheet 2.
Yeah. And I think that Ed might have just thrown that away. There's no chance that he was really going to get it.
Probably, yeah.
He only could have made it worse. I think that's absolutely the right
Exactly.
call. But hats off to yellow on sheet 2. Team Green, they by getting that yellow rock close enough that it got kissed into contact with shot rock on the pin, they pretty much wrote the script from there on out.
Yep.
And then said to Red, like, you know what? We're going to lock in for only one. Or we're going to steal a bunch if we manage to tap this around. Carl Lohner with our opening rock here on sheet 2. Probably a center guard is the goal. Sweepers are on this. On and off, which tells me it's probably pretty good. John DeYoung is trying to sweep this right to touch the center line. He's going to succeed. Nice shot from Carl.
Yep.
Good sweep.
Decent guard up there by Red on sheet 1 as well.
Both teams with a good opening. I think Yellow is calling a draw behind here in sheet 1. Good hat game from both skips, I think, on sheet 1.
Yeah. And it looks like a draw behind on sheet 2 too, but it looks like it might have gone
heavy.
wide. I can't.
Yeah, a bit wide. It'll stick around just fine, top house.
No, it's a
nice sweep from Matt here, making sure it's on. I like the decision. Sheet 1, Mark Mooney is asking Sarah Joe to draw behind, I think, here.
Yep.
Looks like it came out a little wide. But if the weight's perfect, I mean, you can kind of sweep this with a little bit of carve action to get this behind. Mark's going to be happy if this is a guard up front, too.
Yeah. It looks heavier than guard.
I'm
lying again. It is definitely a guard.
Oh, that's fine.
You know, it's amazing how you look at one view and it looks, oh my God, that's heavy, and then another, it's like, oh no.
Well, our top-down house cameras are all fisheye too.
Sorry about that.
No, John and I installed them. Look at that. That was a fun day, John. One of the best parts of that is, John Wiedemann, my other commentator here. We were trying to figure out where we needed to place these cameras, and I think it worked out in several of the spots. And I probably would have very foolishly just tried to screw them into the ceiling tile. But John was like, no. We're going to set up some little bracing boards. He pre-drilled them so that we knew where all the cameras would sit. And then he takes a bunch of scrap wood and he drills holes in them at odd angles. And he's like, hey, just take this bag of like weird wood up to the attic with you. And I'm thinking, why? You know? And he's like, you're going to find some weird angles up there. And what you do is you put these, you pick which block of wood with a hole in it at a weird angle, and it's going to give you the best amount of tightness on these bolts. And sure enough, I get up there and I find a lot of reasons to use these pieces of scrap wood.
You give me way too much credit.
No, man, that was genius. I'm sitting next to the audio boards that used to be trying to stand up on a jaunty vertical angle, and they'd always clatter and fall around our mixing boards. And I asked John Wiedemann, I said, do you think there's any way we could mount these on the rail? And I want to say it was within like 24, maybe 48 hours I came in for a league game, and John has already got the braces up. And they're genius. I love them. I truly do.
You flatter me.
Oh. Well, thank you, my friend.
All right. So sheet 2 is looking like they're trying to just come around for a takeout.
Sheet 1, I think we're going to find ourselves in a game of both skips trying to tap stuff up.
That seems to be it.
Pretty successful tap from Red here.
Mark Moosey just tapped one behind, and a nice, it's on 12.
So it opens it up for Yellow.
Yeah. But it's solidly behind cover.
So clearly the skip for Yellow here in sheet 1 is thinking a couple steps ahead before he makes a decision. And I think the average skip just goes, let's draw behind, that's the end of it. He's looking ahead and he's thinking, I don't really love the fact that there's a lot of center guards here. I'm down in points. I don't want Red to somehow succeed, with a rock on the center line as their next shot, or maybe with Mark's shot. He's going to clear this guard, and you know what? I think that's the right call.
Yeah. Vince has a good knowledge of the game. He's got some good strategy going on.
And there's a lot of upside to this broom as well. If you're a touch wide, you can always clear out that red guard instead.
I don't know what the foot's all about. Yeah, but okay.
Quite it seemed like a bowling lean, so he seemed more like he's rooting for something than anything.
But
it's not quite the outcome they wanted, though.
No.
So if I know Mark Mooney, I think he's going to put maybe a biter up top.
Nice
Already
draw
up.
behind here on sheet 2. No, didn't get behind. It's out in the open, but touching the button.
Yeah. Not the easiest hits, I would say, the last couple months, like coming up our 4 foot, too. Especially if it's
The
on
4 foot
center.
line is very flighty on this these days.
So sheet 2, Matt is unleashing a hit here with the yellow 4. Trying to take this rock off the button. Looks a touch wide. He's going to get a
flash.
Ooh. So something tells me over there on sheet 2, I think Ed's probably going to close this house up. He's sitting 3.
Yeah, that'd be.
Looking for a big end with the steel. Close this 4 foot up.
Yep.
Vince is taking a second stab on it here on sheet 1. It looks like maybe the red rock was unsuccessful at maybe its draw attempt. This looks like it's going to get some action.
Oh, yeah.
This looks great.
Yeah, this is a great one.
Good shot. I like that Vince was like, I want to sweep it, but I'm not allowed. Maybe I'll just blow on it. I know that there's people watching. They'll enjoy it. So really, it didn't change much on sheet 1. It still is the one red guard was replaced with a yellow guard, and it did just bump the red that was maybe sitting. What was it like? It was full 12, right?
Yeah.
Red still has a full 12 rock.
Yeah.
So Moosey's got to be happy with that. Laura Carroll throwing her. I guess Laura must be throwing dice here, so I think this is the red 5 coming down on sheet 1. We got some guard clearing on sheet 2 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the red's sitting 3. They got to clear some guards to be able to get to them.
Laura's rock was, I want to say, underthrown there. I bet the call was more of a draw, but they get a pretty solid guard out of it for a steel team.
Oh.
I'm still happy with it. What did you see there on sheet 2, John?
Well, they cleared the guard, but it came back and it pushed the red a little farther in. Nothing major, but
Okay.
I was hoping but I was expecting it to go by, and it was touch and go there for a second.
As commentators, we always root for the rock in action.
Yeah.
Both teams. You always want to see the make, or you want to see the really good plan B, or even better, the really good vice call plan C. You know what I'm not seeing from some of these skips? Although if the situations don't really account for it.
Yeah, what's that?
Folks that run back and stand behind the back line. After, if you're controlling the house, I think there's a lot of value in just like dropping back to the back line if there are rocks in front of you. And here, neither skip really needs to. You can see Ed Veltrace doing it there.
Yeah.
And over on sheet 2. And then on sheet 1, there's really no reason to now with the rocks in play. Mark's going to try another draw behind here. He might also just be closing the door with a biter. I think both would be pretty good outcomes. I would almost prefer the biter just to close the lane here, maybe on the right 4 foot, looking for Mark's.
This looks like it could be a good run back on oh, no, it's wide. It's wide. Angles.
Yeah,
I don't have the angles yet, John. I haven't been watching these feeds for a while, so.
Yeah, sheet 2. I mean, y'all got a nice roll there, but not enough to matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't even. The question is Ed going to try to drill this yellow out? He doesn't need to.
No, he's sitting 3 right now.
Yeah. So the red 7 on sheet 2, I don't know that I would bother attacking that yellow. I think I might just close the door rather than run the risk of making the shot for my opponent of some kind of jam.
Oh. I'll be back in a second.
Yep. Pot your mic down.
Yeah, it's in my bag. No, you're all good.
John stepped away to give somebody something surreptitious out of his bag. I'm sure that's not shady at all. It's probably a car key. But it's fun to cast aspersions while he's not here to defend himself. Just as a reminder, you are watching, of course, you know that you're watching, the Plainfield Curling Club 2023 Bonsqueal. If you're watching on Sheet 1, you can hear my voice, and you're watching Mooney versus Serritella. If you're watching on Sheet 2, you can also hear my voice, and you are watching Veltre versus Green. Ed Veltre on Sheet 2 with his red 7 rock. He's looking to steal. Sitting 3. I think they're going to just cover up this yellow. There's no real great reason to attack. And I'm going to welcome back John Wiedemann.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
I told Mike Malinowski he could have whatever wood I had left in my van from the pig roast.
Wood in your van, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds really suspicious.
Yep. I split about a quart and a half of wood
nice.
to bring here for the pig roast, and
that's very thoughtful of you to both split it and bring it and offer it it to Mike.
I don't have a fireplace.
I can't believe how much wood Mike Malinowski eats in the average week.
Well, that's fine because I cut down 2 huge maple trees.
Okay.
And they just all the wood is sitting there, and I've been slowly splitting it and wearing my arms out, but it's got to go out of my yard because I don't have a fireplace, and I can only burn up so much wood in my fire pit in a season. And so he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take it." So he's taking the rest out of my van for him. And Veltre just passed us
for a very needful off-ice excursion.
Yep.
Imagine he'll be back on
Put
the
him
ice
in, you got to take him out.
This is true. So Sheet 2, Ed's guard was successful. He went ahead and blocked any kind of yellow tap-up. Looks like yellow is probably going to draw underneath and maybe try to at least sit second shot, maybe on top of shot rock.
So
kind of a tall order.
We got it's first yellow skipstones.
Yep. Yeah, this is the yellow 7 over on Sheet 2. Actually, it's a yellow 7 on both sheets. As Vince skates up, I think both skips are going to try to draw under. The difference on Sheet 2 is I think the best outcome for yellow, or the most likely outcome, is them sitting second shot. How much weight did they put on this, though? This might be like a hack weight. Yeah. No, they're trying to draw. Oh, it's going to be all over that red, though. Oh, it's just going to make it worse. So if you're at Veltre, what do you do with your final red rock? You're sitting 3, you want to steal. Where do you put your rock?
That's a good question. You know what? I'm a greedy bugger, so I might try and tap that other red up to...
Oh, interesting. Which what the red in the 4-foot, the guard. That one?
No.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. That's. I mean.
All right.
That way, they might have a shot at something, but it's a.
Yeah. I think I'm equal parts worried about. You're not going to block both draws, right?
Right.
So yellow's going to have a chance to at least find the white 8-foot on Sheet 2 with the hammer after Ed Veltre's rock here. Since I can't protect both, I'm a little more worried about the in-off that T-line red. But what I'm probably more worried about is just leaving the open 8-foot side open. The ideal shot for me here would be an 8-foot biter, pretty much right above John DeYoung, the vice, where his broom is right now.
Yeah.
I think on that line, like just outside the 4-foot line.
That's why I'm not a skip.
That would be great. And then, but even if you're short here, that's fine. The one thing you don't want to do is leave this at T and open. Sweepers are on this immediately, which makes me think it's probably going to end up as some kind of guard. John, I think that they're playing the tap up on this red. Seems a little risky to me, but okay. No, I don't think that was ever the
That
play.
is not what it was supposed to do.
That's fine, though. I mean, you're basically you're taking
away
one of yellow's 4 options.
Yeah.
Over in Sheet 1, red is sitting 2 here. In an otherwise open house. Vince is wondering, what should I throw here with my hammer to try to at least salvage one out of this, and he picks the open lane. I like the call. Skate down, you tell your sweepers, you need at least half it, at least middle 8. Would love a bite of the 4-foot as a mental note.
Indeed.
Oh, and we're going to have a fun shot on sheet 2.
Going for the double tap. Double tap to cut him to 1, I guess?
Or this is a bump back. I kind of like the tap better, John, like you said, because if you throw too much weight at this and you miss, you're still giving up 3. So I don't hate like back 4 weight on this rock.
Absolutely.
Enough to move the shot rock if you find it on sheet 2, but not enough that if you fully miss it, at least you can maybe finish up with a bite of the 4-foot. On sheet 1, this draw looks close. Oh, it didn't come back around. Oh, and even worse, it's going to bump this red up into the house. Oof. I don't think that anyone anticipated that. So over on sheet 1,
steal a 3 with the...
Team Mooney's going to go up 7-0 after 3. Tough outcome for y'all there. We're going to see some fun action here. On sheet 1, the rock is underway. They're playing the red-yellow tap.
It's a little wide.
Wait.
Little wide.
No change.
Nope.
So both sheets, we see a steal of 3 red.
Well, hell, we can just commentate on one sheet now.
Pretty much. We've had a lot of repetition, I suppose.
Yeah.
Both games are going to enter the 4th end here. Both games, red is up. More significant lead on sheet 1, up 7-0. But again, these are 8-end games. I mean, you still have a chance to come back.
It's an entirely different game between 6-ended games.
It really is. It's kind of fun seeing the strategy shift a bit.
Yep.
Watching a whole weekend full of 6-end games. I mean, in a 6-end game, if you manage to score a 4 at any point, it's almost ball game against two decent caliber teams.
Yep.
Serry Joe's first rock is away for Team Moosey on sheet 1.
Is he throwing one to the wings or?
Great card from Serry Joe on sheet 1 with the first rock.
I missed a call on this one from Vince Serritella.
Did as well. We'll see what handles on this rock. That'll tell us a lot.
Throw one to the wings, I think.
I think the call might have been a tight guard. The fact that the sweepers are not on it. They would love to be very tight, but not on. Okay, it's going to be on, but it's going to ask Mark, do you want your lead to hit? Mark's up 7. I think he's going to say, you know what, we can afford to. Mark will take the tap. As long as he puts his broom wide enough or he knows his lead well enough with the tendencies, this should be fine. The risk here is that if this red 2 rock on sheet 1 is narrow, it could also tap up yellow by accident. I don't think it looked really narrow. It seems like it had some weight on it.
Sheet 2, Ed's going for the takeout, and he got it, but they had to sweep their guts out to get it there.
Great sweep. It's going to go out of the house. Good counter sweep.
Nice.
Nope. And a terrific shot on sheet 1.
Yeah. That's undercovered pretty well.
Yeah. I'm not thrilled that they're in the back of the house, but if I'm up 7-0 right now, I'm happy just shrinking rings. Yeah. Just putting a ton of junk in the way. Mark knows that game. I play with Mark Moosey a lot. He doesn't mind playing a little tap game or a hit game. Always play to
I'm not sure he minds playing any game.
No.
He's pretty adaptable. He goes for what's open.
I am having such a blast playing with a consistent competitive team the last 3 years.
Yeah, rub it in. Oh, nice tap.
Well, I'm going to congratulate John Wiedemann. The way our competitive league works here at Plainfield on Monday nights, there are 9 teams, and it works a bit like Premier League soccer. The bottom 2 teams are relegated, and we have a little mini tournament, a play-downs tournament as we call it. It usually starts around late January or so. And we send out a club announcement that anyone that wants to put a 4 or 5 member team together, throw their hat in the ring, is more than welcome. And then we play a triple elimination tournament. A little convoluted in its order, but always works out well. This year we had 4 teams vying for those 2 spots. John's team fell to 0-2 on their first 2 games and had to win all 3 to retain their Monday night spot, and that is exactly what they came onto the ice and did. So both Team Foster and Team Cognetta were able to win their way back into Mondays. That's not uncommon on Mondays that the relegated teams tend to win their way back in. So congratulations, John. Well earned.
Thank you. It was touch and go for a while there, but
Sheet 1, we're looking at a raise. Red is sitting just barely shot there in the 8-foot. Sitting behind T though.
they're putting up some interesting guards here on sheet 2.
Yeah, I feel like that was probably a promote call, maybe a straight promote that didn't quite work out. Let's see, does Ed Veltray want to attack that?
Yes, he does. Hit and roll.
Like I said, I was the alternate on Veltray's team, and one of the nice things is Ed's got the ability to have great sweeping from, and basically from any 2 sweepers that are there, you're going to get a great sweep, and everybody on the team can hit. So it really gives Ed the leeway to say, hey, if there's an all hits ends, I'm going to call an all hits end.
All right. So I'm going to ask a dumb question.
Sure.
Who took him down? Because that is a powerhouse of a team right there.
Good question.
Do you remember?
Go back and look. When was Veltray bumped out? You would think. Oh, there you go. I think they won their first 2 games. Klein, skipped by Hugh Gordon, who is in the finals.
He's the first in the final.
Yeah.
And who's on his team? Do you remember?
On Klein?
Adam, Hugh.
Bill Grzybowski. Hugh is skipping it. And I can get the rest of that answer by clicking around and padding and buying a little bit of time for myself. The other players in that team are Susan, and I want to. Is that where Matt Gallo is playing?
I think Matt Gallo's just playing anywhere he can. He was on the.
No, no, I'm sorry. Matt Gallo's skipping a team.
No, he's not.
That's what it says. Was Maria skipping that team?
Oh, because he was out there this morning on
there you go.
on Barsh's Bandito.
Oh yes. Matt Gallo is the type of new curler that's a super sub that I think he's still in his first year or second year. But he's one of those guys that like a year from now I'm going to ask him if he's in year 6 or 7 because he plays so often.
Yeah.
You really can tell the difference, I think,
between
someone that, has the ability to play 1 night a week versus 2 or 3. Consistently, you just get that kind of time under tension. The whole sharpening steel, really builds up the skill level quickly.
Yep.
For people that throw themselves into it, which most curlers kind of do. Sheet 2, we've got a great hit. I think they're even going to cross face a little bit.
No.
All right.
Straight nose, but still.
We got the bump attempt over there on sheet 1.
They're not looking
to
take
strong, but they weren't sitting shot before, and they're not shooting shot now, so not a big change. Mark's curious, what should I ask from Laura here on sheet 1 with the red 5? He's probably going to call the draw under if I know Mark. He's going to aim for top 4. He might try the hit. All right. Laura's been throwing really consistently this year. And again, Mark is up 7, so he is going to play the game of if you don't have rocks, you can't score rocks.
There was another hit by yellow on sheet 2, and it rolled to the outer 12-foot.
Okay.
So I think Ed's probably going to leave that one. Oh, no. Wait a minute.
I would draw under if I'm Ed.
That's what I thought he was going to do, but
He says, or the bump. What does everybody
tap.
like? One thing I like about it, I mean, Ed Beltre's here practicing all the time. But, you know, if there are instances where Ed sees several different shots, he'll usually point out every shot and ask the team, you know, what's the consensus? What does everybody like? Over on sheet 2, Laura's hit. A little down weight, but great outcome. They're able to take away that scary high house yellow and send it to the back. And they've muddied the waters enough, too. The great value out of the shot on sheet 1 just now from Laura with the red 5 is that by throwing it a little down weight like that, the shooter spilled out in the 12-foot. The shooter is now their second counting rock, and the shooter gives them a lot of insurance against those 2 biters and that other 12-foot rock.
Indeed.
Because you're up, the last thing you want to do is somehow give your opponent a way with their hammer to suddenly sneak back and score 4 or 5 on you. So I would not be surprised if Mark kind of loads the house with the rest of the red rocks in this end on sheet 1. Dave Bykowski, Byko. A lot of us call him. Spinning his rock there as he sets up in the hack with the yellow 5 rock. Now, is this a chip on sheet 1? Not much ice. It makes me think this is going to be a little up weight. Maybe just try to pick that red out in the back 8, the shot rock. Got a draw attempt over on sheet 2. It's going to sit open, so they're not going to bury it too much.
It's second shot right now, I think.
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know. It's first shot. It is shot rock.
Not quite successful over on sheet 1 with Byko's rock. Mark says, well, I can either close the door or I can put another one in.
He's going to try and close the door.
I like both, really. Mark's not taking any ice here either. It makes me wonder if there's a huge fall on this.
That's not much ice at all.
He might have also figured out that Laura on this particular line tends to be a bit wide, and she tended to be a bit wide there, so that maybe Mark has learned over the weekend how to specifically ice people. I heard a 2 called out. I think they'd be happy with a 2 guard. But again, if this is just in the rings, especially if it's down to the yellow, that's happy too.
All right.
Nice weight call from Foxy. I think he was the voice I heard at the 2. That'll be about a 2.5 guard. Mid 3, but...
And some exciting stuff happened on sheet 2, I guess. Things are moving around a little bit. What are they calling for?
Same thought. They're probably going to drill that yellow out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm Ed, I kind of like the inside roll, but really, I mean, just the nose is fine. Nose is nice because it does shrink the rings a bit.
It does.
To steal again.
It puts them at 1 and 3 and 4.
If you hit the outside of this yellow too, you might roll onto your other red and push that wider red out a little more. And they get roughly the nose. Oh, John DeYoung, I think, probably sweating it for a second there. Like, oh no, I should probably go sweep this, counter sweep this rock.
Yep.
Good counter sweep. Good awareness. The fun part about these ends, like on sheet 2, where, you know, there's 4 rocks in the house, but they're all just barely half 12.
Yeah.
If yellow succeeds here with a hit on the outside one and just rolls under, even just biting the 8-foot, you know, they're actually sitting pretty well. You're kind of threatening Ed for the run back. Speaking of run backs, I think that is I think we're going to see a clear. Oh, big weight from Dave on sheet 1. See if he can clear out both these reds.
Oh.
That's actually terrific.
That is not bad, but it's not what he
I'm very happy with that outcome. If I'm yellow over on sheet 1. I've made a big hole. I bumped that one red out. Oh, if you're yellow on sheet 1, I bet you wish that somehow you could have bounced that right red rock out a little bit further so that you can counter biter.
Yep.
But again, you can't really throw much more weight accurately than Byko just did. That was a high weight shot, pretty accurate. Good throw. Pretty great outcome. So Mark Mooney on sheet 1 is looking at a house that is a little less protected. I think he's either putting a guard back up or he's going to draw to like top 4. Sheet 2. Oh, yes. See you then.
Who was that?
Saying hi to Ray Piccolini. He said he'll see me in 2 weeks, which he will. At Bucks County Curling Club for their Crooked Bill at Bonsqueal. That one filled up fast, too.
Did it?
I was hemming and hawing on whether or not I was going to put a team in, and I got invited to the Jim Barsh Ray Piccolini team. I said, well, I got to check with Team Mooney and see if we're playing. He's like, oh, it's full. I was like, oh. Then yeah. I guess that simplifies my decision. I'm definitely in with you guys. We were looking for a 4th, and we were able to pick up Bill Grzbowski, who I play a ton with. I'm very happy. Looking forward to it.
I have done one away spiel this year, and that was it.
Okay.
And
it's been a weird year for it.
It has. I got to get into some away spiels. I'm hoping to get into some summers. I don't know. We were actually talking about you, me, Allie, and Beverly doing the Cape Cod.
Oh, I still haven't been up there.
And Bev was like, oh, we should find out when it opens and put in the team.
Yeah?
I'm not sure anybody ever talked to you about it.
This is the first time hearing of it, but
okay.
Yeah. Let me do you know what dates those are by chance?
I don't know. I don't even know if it's open or if it's closed yet or what. But if we could do it.
I'd be interested. That would be fun.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Well, we'll look into it then.
Great hit and roll in sheet 1 there. Red did roll a little bit open, but nice to get that rock out.
Sheet 2's got some interesting rocks here. You got 3 reds sitting there, but I'm not sure if the front red or the front yellow is the counter.
It looks like I'm going to say yellow based on this fisheye camera lens.
So am I, but that with this lens, it's always a good question.
So sheet 2 yellow would love to at least half bury this rock. More than anything, though, you really have to be on. Oh, you buy?
Nope.
Tough call for the... That's a tough rock to call in at Vice, too, because you know it's a touch hotter than you want.
Well, and that's 1 red. All right. I'm going to bounce off again for a second.
That sounds good. Sheet 1, Vince, looking for some points here. Down by a bunch. I think this shot here is probably a draw down, maybe bump that back red just an inch or 2. Or maybe try to sit top 4. We got plenty of weight on it. It's going to be down to at least the red. This should do it. It should be enough. Oh. We were hoping that it would have cut a little bit more. Looks like it's still red over on sheet 1. What's Mark going to do? If I know Mark's probably going to draw on this side or close. If I'm Mark, I would even put this like top 4, and that's even down to it, yeah. Why not? If Mark succeeds and gets this rock down to it, kind of freezes on that that back 4 yellow, you're basically blocking yellow into a maximum 1. So I'm looking at this house on sheet 1 and I'm thinking, you know, what could go wrong for red here? Right now, if everything stayed the same and Mark was to like flash or pick or something, yellow would have a chance. They've got an open look at shot rock right now. And given the scoreboard, it'd probably be worth going for broke. Trying to somehow spill out maybe a red run back. You might not even lose your yellow. Kind of an ugly double, but Mark's going to try to get rid of that possibility by putting another red rock into the house, ideally into the 4-foot. Top 4 is great. I agree with Foxy there. Welcoming back John Wooten.
Sorry about that. I heard the toilet running in the bathroom. It's been running for days, and I keep fixing it, but...
Mark wanted to draw down to this yellow. which I was saying, basically locks red.
Look
in.
at that.
Yeah, I mean, this basically says to yellow, hey, I'll let you take 1 point with hammer if you make it.
Yeah.
That's a great strategy.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, I think Mark would have also been happy, top button biter, on the slightly left side of center. But this is the easier shot to make, and they made it.
Yep.
I like the call. So Vince on sheet 1, down on the scoreboard, was hoping for multiple, but Mooney was able to essentially close that door with his red 8, leaving yellow pretty much one choice, and that's to draw down to that red 8 that just arrived.
I wanted to publicly thank all the people who came out and volunteered this weekend.
Oh my gosh, so many people.
There were so many people, and there's a crew out there now cleaning up the final mess, hopefully.
Oh, fantastic.
And, I feel bad about not being out there helping them, but...
You've done more. You've done several people's parts, John.
I got...
Tough miss from yellow. So after 4 ends on sheet 1, red team Mooney is up by 8 as we go into the 5th. Over on sheet 2, we've got our 5th end getting underway here with the red 3 coming down. Pretty nice rock. They're trying to protect their little 8-foot biter there. I like it. So for your yellow, John, on sheet 2, are you going to clear a guard here?
Oh,
or are you going to try Geronder?
No. I would clear that guard.
I like the guard clear.
Yeah.
That's what Green's thinking too. Not going to dance too long with this.
Especially being down by that. They need to start setting themselves up to get some points.
So Matt with his, let's see, yes, the yellow 3 underway. I've received word from Mary Cognetta that the Cape Cod Summerspiel is full.
God darn it.
And closed for the men's, women's, and mixed. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Bad news, but bad news fast, which is,
Mary with
almost as good
news.
as good news.
I'm going to have to find another one then, because I can't go this whole summer without...
Reminds me, I should probably take a moment now, using this mouse, to go look and see if we have any YouTube comments. Been a little light on actual typed comments this weekend, but that's all good. Someone's enjoying our love fest here.
What's that? Who's that?
I forget who that moniker is, the You Go Curl. I've made them an admin at some point, so they're definitely a club member.
All right.
She won. Oh, I think that's just barely out. That looks perfect if you're yellow. Are they gonna? Skips are gonna both look at this and see if it's on or not.
Maybe we should start our own podcast, John. The John and John Love Fest.
Oh yeah. I think as many Johns have been at this club, I feel like there's been games where... There was a game earlier, like this week, where there were 5 of us out there.
Yeah.
I feel like the most I've ever seen is 6. Great run.
No. Years ago.
Okay.
It was a Thursday night, and it was you, me, DeYoung, Antina, O'Brien, oh my God. Willman.
Yeah.
There was I think 8 of us out
That's
there.
astonishing. We were talking over a fantastic shot from yellow on sheet 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. They ran one of the red guards back into a red rock in the house and cleared them both.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Tropicurl is also full, I'm informed. I'm slated to go to Tropicurl.
You are like
And I get all this information over my watch, too. I love to sneak over.
So many Johns, so little time. I know, right? Comments from the Peanut Gallery.
It's the best. So red, after having that successful run back from yellow on sheet 2, was trying to put another one back in. They fell a little bit short, but I'm pretty happy with that rock. It's in a great spot to be promoted later. Over on sheet 1, Mark is probably debating, do I run this yellow off or do I tap my red up? Again, I think, yeah. I kind of forgot that the outcome of that last end on sheet 1 was actually 2 for red. They were sitting 2, not just 1. So it is 9-0. I previously said 8.
9-0. Oh, that's a little on the painful side there.
So Mark is asking Foxy to bump up his 12-foot rock on sheet 1. And even if Foxy's wide here, if he was light, that would all be fine. I mean, the only thing you can't do is accidentally tap up yellow. Doesn't look like it's going to be the risk here.
Vince must be a hair off his game. He's usually much better than this.
Well, it's tough. I mean, it's April Ice. He's going against a skip that plays several nights a week.
Yeah. Won
the competitive league, to toot my own horn.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Tall order.
How are those elbows patting yourself on the back?
They're good. I keep them nice and limber. Get a nice rowing machine workout a couple times a week. Yeah. I am light on my beverages, though. I think I might sneak away for a beverage here. I'm going to do that. John, the mic is yours.
Ooh, nice tap up on sheet 2. Put it behind cover. That's good. That's good. I will let John out. Ooh, jeez. That's not... If there's anything... No. Thank you, though. All right. No, thanks. All right. Let me see here. Where are we? Sheet 1's going for the hit, and... rolled it out in the open, took one out, rolled it out in the open. That was not bad. Not a bad outcome. And we're clearing guards on sheet 2 as well. And I missed what the call was on sheet 1, but it's looking like we're... Whoa. I don't believe that was what they planned. Took their own out, tapped up yellow to shot rock. I think he's going for the hit and roll here. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Sheet 1 rock is away. And it looks like the contact's going to be made, and it's going to be a hit and stick. Sheet 2's coming out. I thought it was supposed to be a draw, but it's looking... I hear 2-3 being called, so it's a guard. It's a guard. It's not moving enough to be a good guard. It's in the house. Huh. That's certainly not 2-3, and that's what I thought I heard. Not sitting bad as a plan B. And John Gephardt is back. He'll be bringing himself on in a second. All beveraged up, ready to go.
I briefly saw Barry Klein in the bathroom and chatting with him and congratulating him. I feel like every men's or mixed spiel this year at Plainfield and elsewhere, I see Barry Klein in the final.
Yeah.
And he sometimes has a roving cast of characters, but my gosh, this guy always puts a really strong team together.
Absolutely.
Congrats as well to Hugh Gordon. Hugh took the skipping. Barry was telling me that Hugh took over skipping in the first game when some of the team members couldn't make it. Barry said, let's just ride the hot hand. Yeah. So Hugh's been continuing to skip his way into a finals.
Yep.
That'll be up next for our A and C event.
So is that in honor of the Veltri?
It is.
The Veltri crew being
It
out
is.
there?
I am enjoying a Pabst Blue Ribbon. A PBR per Veltri. Although he's just recently started to go a little bit with the
Yingling,
the
isn't it?
Yingling, yeah.
Trader. Sorry. All right. I missed what the call is on sheet 1 here, but
I know Market's probably put another one in the house. Oh
it's
no,
a
we're just
hit-
going to
hit on
remove
the
one of the
yellow.
yellows. Great shot. Great
Roll
roll.
on in.
Happy with all that.
Yeah, all good. I have this feeling that sheet 1 is coming close to an end, actually.
Yeah, I mean, Mark was right to, attack that yellow rock. Make sure that his opponent, is going to be limited to just the rocks that they're throwing at this point, points-wise.
Yeah.
Sheet 2, they've got quite a wall on one side.
Uh-huh.
And a very, very open red. I get the sense that Ed is probably going to try to close this door. Over on sheet 2. And if you're Ed 2, you really just want a 2 or 3 guard here. You don't have to be greedy. I mean, really, kind of less value to be greedy here. That's what they're going to get. Nice 2 guard. Sweepers came off wisely before it could complete over curling. I think that'll cover the red up really well. If you're yellow, what are you doing on sheet 2 right now, John? Well, it's and you have.
I'd probably.
It's your yellow 7.
I'd probably come down on the inside and draw back to theirs. Maybe tap it back a little and.
Okay.
What do you think? You got a more analytical mind than me.
I'm just wondering what rock this is. Oh no, this is actually hammer.
Oh, this is hammer.
Yeah, I got fooled by the other yellow rock in view. It's just on the wrong side of the sheet right now. From the view when I'm looking at sheet 2, I saw the sheet 1 yellow. So with hammer, I'm just throwing kind of a backline hit.
Yeah.
You don't have to bump this red far. You just got to bump it about a foot.
Yeah. Out to the full 12, and you're.
And they're debating, I think, here on sheet 2. Do we go for a double? I really don't. I don't love the idea of running this my opponent's stone into the house right now.
But
we could be playing for a very thin wick.
What would a double get them?
Yeah, I mean, just 1. At the risk of accidentally giving red 2.
Yeah.
So looks like they've opted away from that, or maybe they're still going for it. I'm not sure what this call is. We'll find out in a second. I mean, this could be kind of this does look like they're trying to hit the red guard and roll under.
Yeah, that's.
It would have to be such a. I mean, this is one of those really touchy redirects where you just catch like a 16th of the stone.
What's the handle he's throwing?
Yeah.
He's throwing the outside handle. That's a little.
I mean, it might be that this line doesn't curl. Let's see what they are throwing. Yeah, they are throwing to the outside.
They are throwing to the outside, and this is.
I wonder if this is ever here, though.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they observed something on the 4-foot line that the red shot rock was sitting on that just made it impossible to draw kind of a heavy draw. But, you always got to play the ice that you've seen. So,
is this hammer on sheet 1?
Looks like red still is under rock. No, this is the yellow 7 on sheet 1.
Yellow 7? Okay.
So they're going to try to clear and probably roll under to the right, if I had to guess. Roll under the red that is half 8-foot, half 12-foot. Hats off to both these skips on sheet 1 for wearing the hats the entire time.
Yeah.
I am someone that runs very hot during a game of curling, so I should probably get a pair of 3/4 pants just on one side, so I could drag the one knee I'm not athletic enough to not drag, and then the other one can kind of just be free flowing in the wind.
If you're not athletic enough, that works.
Oh, I really good shot. It does leave it open, and Mark's going to hit this open yellow rock here in sheet 1. But yellow is currently sitting shot, and that's sometimes all you can ask for. if Mark was to flash this rock, Yellow would be able to basically just throw to, mid-8 or better. Fairly big house to make it for a skips deuce. Let's see what happens with Mark Mooney's shot first. And Mark's rock here doesn't need to take this yellow out, so even if it gets a fraction, it just takes it to full 12. That's acceptable.
That's what we need.
In general, I'm going to bet on Mark Mooney making his shots because I'm going to lose money betting the other way.
Yeah.
But with the moose hat, again, both skips just... I wonder if they forget they have the hats or not. It would be top of mind, so to speak, the entire game for me, John. Pun intended.
Yeah.
That's enough. Good shot.
So with an arcade theme,
Yeah.
what's the moose hat and the pig hat? I mean, what's...
That's a great question. I mean, the pig hat makes sense just from the aspect of, we always do some sort of pig squeal theme.
Yeah.
But Mark's, I think, is going to be from the team name, which I am patterning as I try to locate. Their name is Claw Game Prizes. It might be because Foxy's playing. No, Fox Moose, different. No, it was a reach. It wasn't good.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have to inquire. Yeah, are there any moose-themed video games that come to mind?
None off the top of my head.
Yeah, same.
All right. And yellow ends up tapping red up a little bit on sheet 2 and a little more behind cover. It's lined up, though. So Ed's going to probably want to guard that.
Yellow hammer's underway on sheet 1. I think we're just drawing open. Oh, that's really cutting hard. Oh, it's great, though. Great shot on sheet 1. Should be just enough. Good sweep.
Yellow picks up one.
There we go. I'm good, thank you. Bill Grzbowski, always looking out for the commentators. What do you guys need? And we've got handshakes, as you anticipated, on sheet 1.
Yeah, that was... It's like one of those, let's end the drama here. And
yeah, it's tough to come back. Once
drink,
once there's a 5-6 point lead, let alone a 9.
So check that out, man. I would have loved to meet them in the finals. There,
Who's that?
The last name, right above that. Right above that.
Oh, look at that. There's another Wiedemann that was here.
It's
Wiedemann.
They go by Weidman, but
Weidman, okay.
But no, that's crazy.
I was chatting with AJ. He had someone had misplaced his coffee mug, so we were kind of ransacking the joint looking for it. And I said, "Well, if it turns up, it turns up." He grabbed me about a half hour ago and said, "Hey, I found it. It was in like a box that looked like it was full of stuff about ready to go to the dumpster." So he especially saved it. And as somebody that uses quite a bit of Nalgene and travel bottles, it's always and has stickers on them. It's always very sad once every couple of years when I misplace one. It gets completely lost. So I'm sure he's thrilled.
On sheet 1, this one's looking like it's getting by there, and it's just gonna.
Oh, the kiss is great.
Oh, actually, that
really good kiss. Not sure if they called it or not, but Ed Veltre with a good counter.
So yellow's sitting 1.
Yeah, I think they're going to draw right down to it. I guess I should grab my phone and someone else will update the draw sheet. I'm going to race them. John, I'm going to race them. Let's see if anyone else is on the laptops. Let's see if Scott is at home somehow awake and listening to this.
So the winner was Moosey.
The winner was Moosey.
All right.
Thank you to your wife, Bev, for granting me edit access.
I think it's more thank you for editing when she does, so she doesn't have to.
More than happy.
Oh, that's right down to that yellow. So now red is sitting 1.
And congrats again to Team Moosey for winning our B event final. Congrats as well to Serritella for being our runner-up.
Yeah.
32 teams, I mean, just making a final in this. Tall order. We're going to clap as these teams come off.
It's looking like
Another redirect. A little hot, though. Is this going to stay in the house, or can Veltri sweep it out?
It's in the house.
He was able to take it quite a bit, though.
He did take it a good bit, but we're hanging around. Veltri's got hammer here, right? And we're on...
No, Veltri's trying to steal on sheet 2.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So I think he's just going to close the door. Right now he's hitting shot, but he's pretty well behind T-line.
So what, are we first vice rocks here?
Yeah, it looks like the red 6.
All right.
I don't know if people appreciate the numbering system or not. It's my analytical brain's default is to, yellow 5, red 6. I feel like that's easier to the layperson than hearing like it's the second rock.
Yeah.
You all know what a red 6 would mean. Hugh Gordon has arrived ahead of his final. He's wearing some delightful
Checking out
turquoise and yellow banana pants.
Loving the banana pants. Hey.
Everybody's rocking some very very loud and delightful pants this weekend. In general, everyone. John, you have some really nice pants on there. Like a New Orleans type theme? What are we calling these?
Hello, sir.
Candy cane? Oh, no, it's no longer there. It's move. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking
right where that guy is. He watched me do it.
I don't know. I just bright stripes.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not very creative in that.
No, these are great.
Aspect. But yeah.
Life's too short to be boring colors.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with my orange shoes this year. This is the first year with them, and they turned out super well.
Yeah, they look great. I have to throw one out to my kid too, because I got home last night at about 2 a.m.
Yep.
and wanted to be back here by 7. Didn't make it, but and they said to me, you want to wash those clothes before you wear them on a third day? And I said, I would love to. I just don't have time. And she went, I'll take care of that for you.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And so I got up this morning to nice
clean candy stripe pants,
freshly laundered clothes. Shirt and pants, so I can't complain at all. All right.
So our sheet 2 action. We've got the red 6 that's going to come down here. They were able to set the guard. Yellow said we don't like the guard there. Yellow peeled the guard. Red says, well, we do like the guard. We're going to try to put it back. And if this shot's a little hot too, and in the rings, given the fact that Veltri is up by 5 here in the 6th end, I think that would be acceptable for him to come in as well. I would actually love that. I would love to draw just half under the guards here. But the easier shot to call is the guard. You're trying to steal. You're already sitting okay. Throw the guard.
That's not bad.
No, that's fine. So yellow can still find shot rock right now. But given the fact that like red already has another rock sitting, high 8-foot center line, yellow's not going to be able to count those 2 12-foot biters in this end, most likely. Yellow's debate right now is, we could draw the open side into the 4-foot. We could probably tap that left side yellow one that's in the 12-foot. They could tap that up too. They could even try to draw down the shot rock from the opposite side. But the higher percentage shot might be to clear this guard again. Maybe clear both. I think that's going to be the call.
Indeed.
Thanks.
Couldn't leave you hanging.
Yes, I appreciate that. We both attempted to throw a fist bump to Mark Mooney. He only saw John Wiedemann, and as Mark walked away, John made sure to finish my bump as it is. Pretty interesting clear attempt from yellow on sheet 2. I'm trying to decide if I like it or not.
I was going to say, it could be better. Could be worse.
Yeah, I would have liked it if it didn't bump the red into the house, because then yellow's got like an interesting
draw they'd have to make.
I was trying to think if the double was ever
Sorry
there,
about
but
that.
frankly, it probably never was. trying to think of how yellow generates multiples here. They're going a great chance. Ed's happy because his shot rock is pretty well covered at this point. There is an in-off with that new red rock that arrived just above T-line out on the wings. It's considering probably, do I protect this in-off? I think I'd let my opponent throw this in-off more than I'd give them that open lane to the 4-foot right now on the opposite side. So I'd probably close the open side. But, again, the ski skips are going to play to the ice that they've seen. The nice thing for Ed is that by leaving open the 4-foot draw on the opposite side, if yellow was to come down to the back yellow in the 8-foot, they're still not shot. So that factors in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
This might also just be a draw under, which again I was advocating for earlier. I mean, if Ed is able to draw one into like a 4-foot biter or better here, it's kind of it's a huge dagger.
Yeah.
You're basically saying to yellow, you got to get your skips deuce or nothing.
So from the crowd, I'm assuming that they think this game is pretty much over because everybody that's on the sheet after this is going and throwing their shoes on at the moment and everything. So they're. Oh,
that's fine. That might have been the call. I mean, it seems like that was the call in the first place with some sort of guard. And we're going to see yellow attempt that in-off that we were concerned about.
Yeah. Are we?
Or we're not.
Are we? I'm not sure.
Well, this yellow.
Yellow needs to try and figure out how to take more than one.
The nice part about this yellow is if you manage to run the guard into the yellow in the 12-foot, almost all of the angles are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what this gets you. I mean, I think your best outcome here would be to somehow find shot rock, but that angle's so narrow based on the top red there.
Right.
In the 8-foot. I don't think the angles. It's not a great percentage to be able to run yellow into the shot rock right now. The higher percentage might be that you run it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure this is a higher percentage call than just trying the in-off on the red one out near T-line. But we'll see what we get. The upside of this is they might clear center.
Oh.
They found the one angle where it didn't find any contact with the reds. That's tough. And we're done.
Is that Shakes on sheet 2?
Yeah,
Did I miss it?
that is Shakes. That is Shakes up on sheet 2.
Well, apparently
they might be making the comment that you can't shake until you can't shake on your opponent's stone. So I get the feeling that Team Veltre says, you know what, we get the intent. I don't think there's any ill will. We accept.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure. I'm not sure how much I added to the commentary.
I think it's terrific. I mean, it's going to be me talking to myself otherwise, John.
All right. Well,
I will be commentating your game. Good luck. In the C event final, I believe.
I believe the stream has gone down on that sheet.
I will most likely be sitting in this seat talking by myself or with someone else. But
it is the C event final.
Either way, it's more fun with a cohort. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely. So. For John Wiedemann, I am John Gephardt. Thank you for watching our B and D event finals. Congratulations to Team Mooney for winning the B event. Congratulations to Team Veltre for winning our D event. And congratulations as well to Team Green and Serritella for their runner-up prizes that they're going to get here at the awards ceremony coming up soon. We are both going to sign off, and I think I might even have new title cards for these. I'm probably going to end these streams. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.